Ladies and gentlemen, tonight is a brand new start for our nation's sports show, as tonight it is the first episode for 2022. Tonight, we recap Week 17 in the National Football League. The Bengals snapped the Chiefs' 8-game winning streak with a 34-31 victory. In the game for Cincinnati, Joe Burrow threw for 446 yards, 4 touchdowns. Jamar Chase caught 11 receptions for 266 yards and 3 touchdowns. Arizona beat Dallas 25-22. Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers clinched the number 1 seed in the NFL playoffs with their victory over the Vikings on Sunday Night Football. Tom Brady, the world champion Buccaneers, survived the Jets with a 28-24 victory. The Rams beat Baltimore 20-19. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight it is the final preview for this year's NFL regular season. As tonight we preview all the games for Week 18 in the National Football League. The nation speaks to you next. From the gridiron to the court, talking all that is sports. Members of the Busted Open Nation bring to you our Nation Sports Show. Here for your hosts is Joey Thornton, Kevin Ward, Randy Giron, and Stephen Wyand.
Oh yeah, we are live, guys. What's going on?
Hey,
here we go. Let's do this again. You wanted the best, you got the no, correction. You wanted the best, they weren't available, so you got us instead. This is our Nation Sports Show. We are live once again. Happy Thursday, everybody. The first show of the new year, gents. It is going to be a great one, man. We got a lot to talk about. We got some news involving, of course, the situation involving Antonio Brown. We got some, of course, the final predictions and the final score review, or one of the final score reviews of this NFL season. Can't believe it's getting to that time where football's almost ending. Moment of silence. Okay, I'm done. Let's go. We got a lot to talk about, so let's get into the specifics. We got, of course, where you can find us and where you can watch us. Of course, youtube.com, search Our Nation Sports Show. We are so close to that 100 subscriber mark. We are literally, how many are we, Steven? Do you have a number right now, my friend?
We are at 84 right now.
We're at 84, guys. 16 more. Come on, help us get there. We're almost there. Get us to 100 subscribers. It gets our custom URL, and it makes it easy for you guys to find us, which is beneficial for us and for you as well. Also, don't forget, you can find us at Twitter account, Twitter _sports show, Facebook.com/Our Nation Sports Show. And you can find us on Discord GG/Nation's Corner. You can find the text and voice channels for Our Nation Sports Show if you want to join in and call in and talk to us and want to give us your opinion on the wonderful world of sports. And also don't forget, you can follow all of our individual social medias too. You know, you can find Steve Wyand at Steven_Wyand. Joseph Thornton is, I think it's something like Braves fan 2645836. I guess.
Actually, it's at JTS Skins. JT's Skins. Thank you.
Thank you for not correcting me at the time. You can follow Steve, like I said, Steven_Wyand, me, Deadman469 across all socials. And of course follow where this video will be featured as well. Too Sweet Cosplay at Too Sweet Cosplay across all socials. But enough of me giving all those little specifics. Let's get to all the people we have here. Of course, our buddy Kevin Rory is not here. He's taking care of his wife as she is down with a little bit of an illness. All the best to her, and get well soon. But Kevin should be back with us next week. But we do have his score predictions, which will be read by our very own Joe here, which we'll get to in a little bit. But let's introduce our first guy here in this panel. We got none other than the number one Raiders fan on our nation's sports show. That is Randy Giron. Randy, what's up, man?
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm not shooting for the tie that everybody's talking about. They want the Raiders as a tie, and everybody else they can all go to the playoffs together. That's a bunch of crap. I'm gonna see if we can actually get there. If the Raiders can actually do it, it's gonna be crazy. Can't believe it. It was one or two games. They wouldn't even have to be in this spot. They had that 4-game losing streak, and that's it. That's gonna do. Hopefully, don't do them in. But I'm glad to be here. Happy New Year to everybody, and let's talk some good football.
Absolutely, we got a lot to get to. But let's bring in our next guy, of course, and that is my buddy JT, not Justin Timberlake, Joe Thornton. What's going on, dude?
Hey, what's going on, sports fans around the world? And I would just like to point out that as a Washington fan, our season's pretty much lost. But if there's one day that I am looking forward to, it's February 2nd, 2022, which Washington is finally, and I repeat, finally going to get a new team name. So I'm looking forward to that.
Absolutely. Can't wait to hear what the team name is going to be. It should be very interesting for Washington. Hopefully a new era for them too. And we'll see what happens. Don't feel, by the way, Joe, don't feel bad. My season's gone anyways. It's more depressing than the WWE releases that happened the past 2 days. So
that is true.
And it's also more depressing than the first 2 hours of Monday Night Raw, but I digress.
Yeah,
moving forward,
at least we have a better head coach than y'all.
Don't worry. That'll change by the end of this upcoming game. We will wish him the best of luck in your future endeavors.
Nick Khan's gonna cut.
Bad time to say that one, ain't it?
Yeah.
All right. Let's get to our final man, the matriarch of this motherfucking show. Without him, this show would not be possible. He's my heavy metal brother from North Kakalaki, none other than Big Stevie Dave Grohl wannabe Wyand. What's up, man?
One of those dudes is not one of these days is not like the other, and just happens to be me. I'm a wannabe. Anyways, what's up, everybody? It's the first show of 2022 covering the NFL. Oh, we're getting right down to the final stretch. This is the final preview for this year's season, and the regular season getting close to the playoffs. Yeah, that's right. We're getting close to the playoffs. So let's go.
Playoffs?
Are you kidding me?
Talking about playoffs?
Playoffs?
You're talking about playoffs
here.
Oh, man. The show's already going off the rails, and it hasn't even been 10 minutes. I love it. As usual. But, man, we got a lot to talk about. Let's get right into it. Usually we start off immediately. We go into the scores, but, of course, I like to switch it up a little bit. Let's talk about the Antonio Brown situation. This is a very interesting situation that went down. Of course, what happened last week with Antonio Brown basically stripping his uniform off and running down the field and then walking to the back and leaving the building, which ended up with Bruce Arians saying in a press conference that he is no longer a Buck. Well, today it's officially been confirmed that his release is now official from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. So now he's officially a free agent. More than likely will be a free agent for the time being, as it seems like he needs help. He released a very interesting statement, to say the least. Anybody want to get into that? Steven, Joe?
I mean, you may have to wonder how much of that statement is actually true, because, yeah, I mean, Antonio Brown has had the spotlight on him ever since he miraculously, and yes, I said miraculously, graced the cover of Madden NFL 19 a few years back. He has had a big time spotlight on him, and I honestly wonder how much of that statement is actually true because I was listening to Bruce Arians' post game conference the other day after the game, and he was saying that Antonio Brown was cleared to play by the team doctors and all their medical personnel. But yet, you see Antonio Brown's statement today saying, "Oh, they forced me to play on this ankle injury. I didn't want to go out there and play. They forced me to play." Man, sorry about that. Shut your mouth, man. Nobody wants to hear you talk. I mean, I lost all sorts of respect for Antonio Brown after him just walking off the field like that. But I do wonder, what was the more stupidest moment of that whole situation? The fact that he threw all of his clothes into the stands and walked off the field shirtless, or the fact that he was waiting for a fucking Uber during the game? I mean, come on, man. What the hell, bro? Wait for a fucking Uber?
Wait, Joey. It's all of the above. This goofball deserves to be let go by the Buccaneers. I don't know why the hell they gave him a second shot, but of course Tom Brady got what Tom Brady wanted. I mean, when Brown has got his head straight on, he's a great talent. But Jesus Christ, I mean, the fact that this idiot shows his ass off during the game. I mean, you know, you're being told by the coach, come in the game. Not once, but twice, but several times. And he said, screw it. And he just throws his stuff off and leaves. And dude, whoever got some of his gear that was thrown at the crowd, I bet you that stuff went on eBay. Hey, guess what I got? What do you got? Oh, I got some Antonio Brown, the final gear that he wore with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Here you go. $300, $500. Here you go. I mean, this guy.
Shit. Man, shit. If whoever got to put that stuff on eBay, I'm surprised he didn't sell it for anything less than $10,000.
I know. I'm just saying. I'm just shooting from the from the hip as far as just off the top of my head, But this guy is a goofball. He's a quitter. His years in Pittsburgh were phenomenal, but in his latter part of his years in Pittsburgh, he started to show out.
Yeah, but it was right after he left Pittsburgh that he decided, you know what? I want to keep the spotlight on me. I'm going to start acting like a fucking jackass.
Yep.
And that's exactly what he's done.
Yep.
I think he's still his bell's still rung from that perfect hit from a couple years ago.
Yeah.
I think I'm with Ezra though. I trust me, that shit he pulled with the Raiders. I'm not, I don't even count that as anything, because it would have been a great fit. I think they would have done great. I'm glad he left, but I think he needs some help.
You know what? And Bully and Dave were talking about this the other day on Busted Open, and they hit a really good point. Maybe there's something wrong with him, and that's a good point, because when you're getting your bell rung like that, all those hits and stuff, blows to the head and to your body and stuff like that, and all the physical toll that it takes on the human anatomy, and I really think that Brown really needs a lot of help, because I don't think he's fully there. I'm not making excuses for the man, but he needs some help.
I think
he does need a lot of help, and instead of him acting like the fucking clown that he was, walking off the field, he could have really taken some time off and seek some help. As Calvin Ridley, because Calvin Ridley did that.
Right.
Yeah, he did it right. He did it right. He definitely did it
Calvin Ridley did. He did the smart thing.
Hey, before we continue on, we got to give a special shout out to somebody watching the show. One of our good buddies, Brian Rosa, watching the show.
What's up, Brian?
Whoa,
nice.
Hey,
what's up, Brian?
What's up, dude?
Brian Rosa, of course, the husband of La Mera Mera herself, Thunder Rosa. And of course, want to say what's up, Brian. We'll hopefully talk to you later tonight. But back to what you guys were saying.
Yeah, Antonio Brown is a fucking clown. He's been a fucking clown ever since he left Pittsburgh, and pretty much what he did Sunday was the final nail in the coffin.
Not only
And
that, but
if he fucking thinks that some coach is gonna bring him onto their team next year, he's even more of a fucking moron than he thought he was.
yeah, and not only that, but honestly, gentlemen, I really think where his downward spiral started is in, I believe it was 2017. Yeah, 2017 when he got caught, videotaping, in the locker room. I'm like, what are you doing?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, that honestly was the start of his downward spiral. And I believe that was during I want to say it was before the Chiefs game, something like that. I can't remember what game it was, but that was during the playoffs that year. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing? That is not good. That does not look good for your team to be doing that, especially for you to be videotaping on Facebook Live. You went live streaming like a knucklehead because you wanted to get the attention for yourself. And it's making not only you look bad, but your organization that you were part of, the Pittsburgh Steelers, for all those great years with Roethlisberger and all those guys. And Mike Tomlin should have got rid of him right then and there, but he didn't. No, because, he's a great talent. No, that was the start of, that was basically the beginning of the end, as we know, of Antonio Brown.
Well, Steven, you do know where Antonio Brown got that from, right?
What's that?
Tom Brady and Bill Belichick.
Yeah.
Notice I said Bill Belichick. Not check, but cheat.
TB12.
That's where he got that from, but yet Bill Belichick.
Don't worry. Don't worry. Antonio Brown will get a job as a ball boy and start deflating him before the game starts.
The
new ball boy.
He actually may have to work his way up to that. He may start out being a housekeeper or a janitor or custodian or something like that first.
Housekeeping.
Or who knows? He might even go to baseball and he might use a trash can.
Yeah.
Or who knows? He might go play fucking golf and he'll get sucked down the hole like Michael Jordan did in Space Jam.
Except it would be the hole to irrelevancy. But I don't.
Yes, that is correct, sir.
There you go. Either that, or he might get lost.
Ding ding. Circle gets the square. Johnny, tell him what he won.
Nothing.
Where's your sound effect?
Or better yet, he might be the star of a new Home Alone movie.
Damn you, Randy.
Home Alone like 5, lost in his own mind.
So when I read it, when I saw the situation, this is the first thing that ran through my head.
I had a feeling that was coming.
Yes. But no, I mean, just this situation is so dicey with this guy. I mean, he's always been a clown, ever since 17. I mean, he hasn't changed his colors, or as my uncle would always told me, a leopard never changes his spots because he never does. And Antonio Brown will never change the way he is because he reminds me of T.O., Terrell Owens, because T.O. is always a showman. You got your popcorn ready, folks? And that's the way T.O. was always. But Brown has developed those characteristics ever since 2017.
And him taking his shirt off and doing all that, it's not so much that he was, I don't think it was, he doesn't know anything else. He wants to be a showman. He wants to put on a show. He wants to make everybody, all eyes on him, everything like that. So that's why he did that. I don't know. He just went about it wrong.
Well,
he just proved that he really needs help. That's
at this point. I just got one more thing to say to Antonio Brown regarding this whole situation. And this is a famous quote. And I'm sure all you guys can agree with me on this. If you make your bed, you gotta lie in it.
Yep.
If you make your bed, you gotta lie in it.
Yep.
So, I mean, that's pretty much all I gotta say from this point.
And he needs, he definitely needs to look at himself in the mirror and figure himself out. I'll agree with that. Speaking of mirror, the other day I was reading a story. There was a guy got arrested, or a guy got started to fight downtown while wearing a suit made completely of mirrors.
I happened to see that.
The guy apologized once he had time to sit down and reflect.
I saw that dad joke in our Facebook chat.
Anyways, yeah, it's a very complex situation involving Antonio Brown, and hopefully he gets the help he needs. Hopefully he can get his head straight, because this was a very awkward situation, not only for him, but for the Bucs organization and for the NFL itself to have to deal with this.
Absolutely.
So hopefully he gets the help. Hopefully he gets the help he needs. Let's go ahead and let's move forward with some other quick news. A couple injury notes, to be honest, from the NFL, according to NFL.com, as usual. If it takes me to the right link, because this thing is more. This thing is out of whack than
it's more out of whack than Kevin's internet connection usually.
Hey,
are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Trying to find this shit is more up and down than Mark's internet connection. Sorry, Marks, we love you, buddy.
how about it's more messed up than an episode of Monday Night Raw week after week?
Yeah. It's okay. It's okay.
Mid.
Yeah, MJF mid. Micah Parsons was announced today that Micah Parsons and Tyron Smith for the Cowboys are both going to be out with COVID-19 symptoms, so they will not be playing this week. Also, it was announced on the injury bug that Trevon Diggs will be out as well. He's going to be out. He's going to be out doing this, and Giron Curse, of course, out with the hamstring injury, and Tony Pollard still out with the foot injury. So a couple things there for the chew on.
So Trevon Diggs is out, huh? Maybe now the Cowboys can finally play a little bit of secondary.
We'll see.
So what you're saying, Joey, is that Diggs is holding them back?
Yeah, because in case you guys don't know, he's a Jameis Winston of DBs.
Oh yeah.
Or enough. He's Jay Buhner.
Ouch.
He's the Jay Buhner of.
Are you sure he's not the Ben Simmons of DBs?
Ooh.
Oh, that might be even more of an insult.
But you know what? Ezra might be onto something, because when the playoffs come around, you never know. You never know, because when it's crunch time, baby, it's time to give it your all. And who knows? Maybe Diggs might be getting cooked by those wide receivers.
I figure.
I will say though, real quick. If it somehow comes down to the Cowboys and the Packers for the NFC Championship, that's actually the one game I think the Packers would actually win for once.
Are you sure?
I'm dead sure.
He is sure.
How could you be so sure?
So there some other injury news. Big Ben will likely not be playing with Deontay Johnson or Kendrick Green, who were both placed on the COVID-19 list as well, in what may possibly been more likely will be his final home game as a player. So a little bit of bad news for Big Ben. But now let's move on to the scores. Let's move on to the scores from this past week. And
Ezra, I think you missed one little key storyline here as far as injury buzz are concerned.
What's that?
This is actually a positive note. Yesterday, the Tennessee Titans finally got Derrick Henry, back to practice.
Oh my.
Yeah, Derrick Henry is practicing again, and they're saying that if the
That's bad news
Titans,
for everybody.
if the Titans get the number 1 seed in the AFC, then Derrick Henry is a surefire bet to be back for the divisional round. So these teams better watch out because King Henry, he's got some ground to make up.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I forgot about that, but it's a lot of things that go on. And don't worry. Don't worry. I'm an adult. I don't smoke weed. I do cocaine. No, I'm kidding. I'm kidding. I'm not even a weekend drinker because if I was, I would start on Saturday and end on Friday. But
We'll talk about it Sunday.
yeah,
They knew.
I won't remember it on Sunday. Anyways,
Yeah.
You're unfortunately, Joe, your Washington football team did not do well. Again, 16-20 loss, but it's okay. My team sucks too. They beat the Giants.
What can we say? I mean, like I said in my intro, there's one day that every Washington fan is circling on their calendars, and that is Groundhog Day, February 2nd, where we finally get our new team name.
Washington Groundhogs? All right. Yeah.
Touchdown, Groundhog.
That's awesome.
I pray to God that if they keep us as a football team, I'm thinking about switching teams.
They should call it the Washington Football Club.
That would be even worse. That would definitely switch my loyalty.
They'll have the gopher from Caddyshack, and you had to be the Washington Gophers instead.
Oh fuck no!
Wait, no, I thought it was the same thing. My fault. Bad joke. Bad pun.
Very bad. The Rams barely squeaked by the Ravens 20-19.
Man, that was a crazy game. I mean, Stafford had multiple turnovers in the first half, multiple interceptions, and they still find a way to win that game. And Odell Beckham Jr. looked really good in that fourth quarter. Man, that fourth down pass that he caught from Stafford, that pass was just a little bit out of his reach, and he somehow snagged it. I'm like, oh my God, just like crazy. I mean, just
absolutely.
Speaking of Odell, what the fuck was he thinking trying to throw a punch to that defender?
I don't know. What was he thinking? He was an idiot doing it. Yes.
Yeah, big time.
He probably still thought he was in Cleveland.
His dad told
probably.
him.
Anyway, I think the real star, according to the stats, anyways, of that game was Cooper Kupp, though.
Yes.
Six receptions, 95 yards, and a TD with 7 targets. Like you said, Stafford, 2 interceptions, 2 touchdowns, 309 yards passing. Huntley had no touchdowns, 1 interception. With Devontae Freeman barely getting over 5 yards a carry. And the only 2 players to have any sort of threat on the offensive side of the ball was Mark Andrews, 6 receptions for 89 yards, and Rashad Bateman, 7 receptions for 58 yards. That's pretty much it. So
it just goes to show that, and I apologize. And I want to go ahead and apologize to y'all's friends who are the Baltimore Ravens fans. The Baltimore fucking sucks.
Yeah.
They fucking suck.
Like
with or without Lamar Jackson, they fucking suck.
Here's the problem. I don't want Chris to kill me, so I'm not going to say anything about the Baltimore Ravens.
All due respect to our girls, I don't want to have Chris or Ashley coming at me like you're talking shit about our football team. No. No, but in all seriousness, Baltimore this year has been really showing what they truly have been. A team that has been up and down all season long.
I agree.
And the past month and a half, they have been struggling so bad. I mean, turnovers, inconsistency playing on the offense, defensive. Only thing that's been consistent with them is the special teams in with Justin Tucker, because as we all know, in Tucker we trust, because Tucker is the MVP of their football team.
Oh, no doubt. And not once, but twice failing on 2-point conversions when you could have easily tied the game up.
Absolutely.
I don't like our chances in overtime. Really?
Well, if you look at the
Okay.
if you look at their lineage, they were the Browns at one point, so they're just regressing. So,
Oh!
So they were the Browns at one point. What are you trying to say? Are they the Jets now?
no, God, no.
Actually, no.
They were the
Actually,
They
no,
were the Browns.
That would be
They were actually
somewhat of
the
an
Browns.
improvement.
Speaking
That would
of
be somewhat of an improvement.
speaking of the Jets, the Buccaneers beat the Jets 28-24 in a close
And the
one.
Jets blew it in the final couple of minutes of that game.
Well, it is the Jets. What do you expect?
I mean, Antonio Brown, when he walked off the field, the Jets were up 24-10 in the third quarter.
To be honest,
Fuck?
hey, Joe, to be honest, I will give Antonio Brown credit. I would walk off the field if the Jets.
I had a piece out.
That's me being honest. I mean,
That's
if
it.
that's what 24-10 against me, I would take off my shit, walk off the field, and go home.
Really?
Yeah.
We're down 24-10 to these clowns? I'm done. Screw it.
Fuck this. I'm going back to the hotel. I'm getting drunk, and that's about where I'm going to stop there because I don't need to get kicked off YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh, and I wanted to say, guys, life almost was imitating art today because me and Kevin both almost did that at work. Took our uniforms off.
Oh yeah. If fuck this was a person.
Trust me. Here's the problem with that, Randy. Here's the problem with that. At least Antonio Brown is a 6-pack abs. So you guys, it looks like you two are holding kegs and 12-packs.
Yeah. I'd go viral for the wrong reasons.
You would.
It's all right.
Instead
It's all right.
of being on ESPN, you'd be on TMZ.
Yeah.
It's all right. In regard, I do have to say one more thing in regards to the Antonio Brown situation, real quick. At least he can try to revitalize his career playing for Matt Rule in Carolina next year.
Oh,
yeah, right.
dude, could you imagine a football team with Cam Newton and Antonio Brown? That'd be the
Oh
greatest.
God,
That would be the greatest shit show on earth, my friends.
that is if Cam Newton is invited back to play next year for Carolina.
Yeah, which I doubt he will because he's absolutely 110 absolutely sucked this year.
Absolutely.
Unbelievable.
But the Bucks, of course, dominating once again. Tom Brady being TB12 as usual. Looking at the stats here, Tom Brady 34 for 50, 410 yards, 3 touchdowns, only 1 pick. But yeah, Gronk 7 catches for 115 yards. Cyril Grayson 6 catches for 81 yards. And Tyler Johnson 4 catches for 50. So they had 3 players that made over 10 yards. They had, 1, 2, 3, 4. Almost, I think they have 5 players that had 10 plus yards per catch. So that's pretty damn good. Great offensive from Tom Brady.
Oh yeah, that's pretty damn good. But I'll tell you what's not damn good, or what's not that good. Well, besides him. But Tom Brady at one point said that he wouldn't mind playing football until he turns 50, or maybe a little past 50. But I do remember him saying right at 50. But Tom Brady, listen here. If you want to play until you're age 50, don't throw 50 fucking passes in a game.
Exactly.
Don't throw 50 fucking passes in a game. You're going to mess your shoulder up that way.
This is something that we talked about. A few weeks ago.
Yep.
I feel like these players, especially when you have a guy like a Tom Brady throwing 45, 50, 30, 37, 38 passes, you're throwing way too much. And all it takes is one bad throw to tear the AC joint or that tricep or whatever. And then you're done. And then you're done for the season.
Yep.
I understand the Bucks don't have a run game because of Leonard Fournette being on IR, and of course Ronald Jones and Le'Veon Bell doing absolutely shit circles. But you don't be throwing 50 passes in a game. at least hand the ball off some because at least Ronald Jones is halfway decent. Crying out loud.
You can do that, throw the ball that many times because it's not as heavy. It's deflated. So,
That is true. That is
Yeah.
true. He could always deflate it like he did back in New England.
Yeah, see, that's all. That's all. It
Yeah.
takes.
Yeah, I think Tom's actually being true on this one. I'll give him credit on this one. If this is New England, that'd be a different story. But it's not.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay's killing it, and it's going to be a rough run for whoever has to face them in the playoffs for sure. But let's move on to the next game, which is Tennessee absolutely decimating Miami 34-3.
There goes that 7-game winning streak.
Once again, another big win without Derrick Henry. And not only that, they clinched the AFC South for the second consecutive season.
Yep.
And like I said, if I had to pick a second team, I've always said that. Like I said, if I had to pick a second team, I would always go with the Titans because of my connection to Nashville and and my connection to the Tennessee area. Will always be that. And but yeah, Tua didn't even throw a single touchdown for the Dolphins.
Oh, I know. I haven't fancy.
Yeah, how bad of a heartbreak that has to be for Miami. Here was a team riding a 7-game win streak when their season was literally done about halfway through the season. Yeah, they go on the 7-game win streak, and then all of a sudden you lose in a blowout, and because of that, you're out of the playoffs. How much of a heartbreak does that have to be for Miami? That's got to be bad.
It is because they were looking pretty decent and doing a great job, and then next thing you know, boom, here comes a game like this. But to me, here's the thing: it's not like they're facing a garbage Titans team. Tennessee is on another. Tennessee, despite Ryan Tannehill only throwing 120 yards and 2 touchdowns, you take a look at the star they have on running back right now. That is the Dante Foreman, 26 carries for 132 yards and 1 touchdown.
That's good.
Dontrell Hillard, 8 carries for 45 and a touchdown. But yeah, not a lot of production on the receiving game. Unfortunately, AJ Brown only having 2 catches for 41 yards. So not a lot of production on that end, but they were able to save themselves with the rushing game of Dante Foreman. Yep. So that was the big key. And I think, but then again, Tennessee has shown that is their big key, which is of course the running game, a la Derrick Henry. And once he gets back, God help any team that has to face them, because Derrick Henry, like you said, is the best player in all of football.
Yeah.
I don't care if you're a quarterback, a running back, a corner. It don't matter. It could be Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers. It don't matter. To me, the best player in the entire National Football League is Derrick Henry, far not.
Scary good.
He was hard to tackle before.
Imagine how hard he's going to be tackled.
Purpose and rested. Oh, Lord.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Oh,
and
great game.
You better believe that during his recovery process, he's like, man, I'm itching to get back out there on that field, and I'm itching to touch that ball, and I'm itching to bulldoze anybody that tries to step in my way.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely. And congrats to Tennessee on clinching AFC South once again, like I said, for the second straight season. Speaking of another team that clinched a playoff spot or clinched their division, the New England Patriots, in an absolute destruction of the Jacksonville Jaguars, 50-10.
Whew.
Absolutely decimation of a team that was already so far down the totem pole, they might as well be underground at this point.
Yep.
Trevor Lawrence for the Jaguars threw 3 interceptions.
How fitting.
But
at this point, the Jaguars just need to focus on beating Indianapolis this Sunday in order to avoid having the number 1 pick for the second straight year.
Listen to this discrepancy. New England, total yards, 471. Jacksonville, 253.
Yeah.
200, over 200
got that
total
many.
yards differential. Rushing yards, 181 to 80 to New England. 3 interceptions, 2 sacks allowed. And they Jacksonville led those categories. And of course, New England with time of possession and third down efficiency. So yeah, good game. Great game for the Patriots. Clinched the playoff berth. So congrats to them. And
Mac Jones, baby.
Who? Mac Jones.
and let's next game we're gonna get into is the Raiders and the Colts.
How
Raiders
about that? How about them Raiders?
Raiders won 23-20. Taylor has surpassed James for the most rushing yards in a season in Indianapolis history, though. Jonathan Taylor. So good for him, but they still lost. 23-20, as I said. Some quick stats, of course, again, as usual from my end. Derek Carr, 24-31, 255 yards, 1 touchdown, but threw 2 picks. Probably reason why the score was so close. But great plays from Zay Jones, man. 8 receptions, 120 yards.
Yeah.
And Hunter Renfrow with 7 catches for 76 yards and a touchdown. So, and then the other touchdown came from Josh Jacobs on the rushing end, 16 carries for 63 yards.
Yeah, and that play, Carr made an amazing play to hit Renfro for that almost a touchdown, and that guy barely got him with his pinky.
Yeah, absolutely.
That was a good play by the defensive guy. I'll give him that. But I mean, that was that close.
Yep.
Yeah, that was a great play, and Raiders surprised the hell out of me. I didn't, I had it close. I'm just happy they won.
Yeah,
they're on a roll. They're on a
I hope
roll.
this is not too little, too late, and they can avenge the loss of the Chargers earlier this year.
Absolutely, should be a great game. We're going to get into that prediction in a little bit here. The next game on the docket is, of course, the Bengals upsetting.
Statement win, baby. Oh, my goodness.
Bengals clinched the AFC North for the first time in 6 years. So they're back in the playoff hunts.
Joe Burrow, as always, was amazing. Burrow was amazing. Just threw the ball all over the place. He threw for 446 yards, 4 touchdowns. I mean, just dude was incredible in that game. I mean, every time they were down and out, he brought him back in the game. And the biggest reason is Jamar Chase. I mean, that dude is insane good at the wide receiver spot.
11 receptions, 266 yards, and all 3 touchdowns. 3 out of the 4 touchdowns.
Yep.
I got to say one thing real quick. You look at all of these quarterback wide receiver duos. You look at or quarterback tight end duos. You look at Tom Brady and Rob Gronkowski. You look at Aaron Rodgers and Devontae Adams. You look at, whenever he was so relevant, Big Ben and Antonio Brown. I mean, you could even go back to the olden days. Look at Joe Montana and Jerry Rice.
Sure.
Look at John Elway and Rod Smith.
What about Peyton Manning and freaking either Marvin Harrison or take your pick with Reggie Wayne?
Exactly. But if you were to take all those quarterback wide receiver duos and mesh them together, you cannot match the heart, the chemistry, and the intensity that Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase show every single Sunday. Not only are they like best friends in real life, they were college teammates
at
as
LSU.
well at LSU. So Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, they have that team chemistry. They have that heart to go out and just destroy any secondary that tries to get in their way. And Kansas City just happened to be their latest victim.
If I'm any team going forward in these playoffs, I don't care who you are. You are not stopping Jamar Chase with that combination with him and Burrow. I mean, they are going to light up all these defensive backs. I don't care if you got two corners on this guy.
Jamar Chase called a near screen pass. He had four Kansas City Chiefs defenders ready to tackle him. But what does he do? He sidesteps all of them and takes off 72 yards for a touchdown. I mean, I just don't know what to say anymore. Jamar Chase is that fucking good, and he proved it. And he proved it once again this past Sunday.
He is just electrifying. I mean, he is just such a great player. I mean, I don't care if you're Kansas City. I don't care if you're Buffalo. I don't care if you're the Patriots. No team is going to stop that dynamic duo right there in Cincinnati.
Right.
Yeah. And they deserve to be AFC North champions to the Bengals.
Cincinnati probably couldn't believe their luck that Chase fell to them either.
Exactly.
And with him and Burrow together. So they were.
And the old saying is true. Good things happen to those that wait. And boys, Cincinnati were given a great gift in Jamar Chase at the wide receiver position.
Oh, absolutely. And if there's any sort of secondary that can even stop Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase, my props and respect go out to you. Just saying.
Absolutely.
I agree with that. 1,000%. The next game we're moving on to, well, we don't have to talk about too much. It's the Bears took out the Giants, which is expected because the Giants suck ass. But once again, the Bears win another easy game, 29-3.
One more win for the Matt Nagy farewell tour.
Absolutely.
Yep.
And this will be permanent, unlike Kiss's farewell tour. For Aussies.
Right. Black Sabbath.
Whether it's the Kiss farewell tour of 2020 that's going to go on for another 3 years, or whether it's the Aussie number two man. It don't matter. Freaking. Hopefully this time it's the fucking end for Matt Nagy. We don't see his dumb bitch ass again. That way Justin Fields is not held down and we could actually see him at his full potential.
Hey, Esther, look at the bright side. Whenever y'all fire Matt Nagy, y'all can bring in Matt Rule to be y'all's next head coach.
No!
Are you just trying to get my team to suck for the next 5 years? By the way, I do agree with Randy. Washington Gophers is a great name for your team.
It certainly is.
I can already hear Caddyshack theme song blaring through my head. That's what they're going to come out to every game, by the way.
Yeah, that's definitely. Yeah.
I already
had everything in my head right when I said it.
Bill fucking Murray's going to be at the first game.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Even though he is a Chicago boy. Go Bill Murray. Bill fucking Murray. Anyways, the Bills beat the Falcons 29-15. Another great win for the Bills.
And the clinch a playoff spot as well.
Yep, and they clinched a playoff spot. Congrats to the Bills on another trip to the playoffs. Let's see what they could do. Brian, I'm sorry. Brian Rosa, I'm sorry, but the 49ers beat the Texans. Kevin, I know you're probably smiling watching this as I mentioned one. So yeah. Good game for the 49ers. Texans, of course, it's still a bad season for them, but whatever.
Yes, unfortunately.
Still a bad season, but then again, we'll see what happens in the offseason. The Chargers took out the Broncos 34-13.
Yes, they did. And they also knocked out other teams that were vying for playoff wildcard spots. Cleveland, Baltimore, Miami, and Denver. So they knocked out 4 teams that had chances to get into the playoffs.
Them damn donkeys. Damn donkeys couldn't beat them Chargers, man. What the hell? Sorry, Ezra, but
they're a bunch of jackasses.
What the
Stubborn jackasses.
But no, the Chargers, like you said, they knocked out a bunch of teams. Justin Herbert surpassed Phillip Rivers for the most passing touchdowns in a season in Chargers history.
35 touchdowns so far by Herbert.
Yep, absolutely. Great game overall from the Chargers. They did not let up on the Broncos here. Quick couple stats before we move on, because outside of a few, maybe one or two things, there's not really much to discuss. Drew Lock had a decent game. He didn't throw any picks, only had one touchdown. But the Chargers, though, if my phone will act right, Justin Herbert threw for 237 yards, 2 touchdowns, very efficient. One rushing touchdown from Austin Eckler, but the other touchdowns came from, of course, Mike Williams and Keenan Allen, who had great performances. Mike Williams, three catches for 63 yards, and Keenan Allen 4 catches for 44 yards. But also Eckler, who scored a touchdown on the rushing end, had 4 catches for 44 yards. So pretty balanced game for a lot of players getting some good catches and some great yardage. So good balance from Chargers, and that's what's getting them, making them spoilers and then getting them into the playoffs and all that, is they have a really well balanced team. It's just a matter of those critical plays at the end. They need to start making them. But the next game, of course, the Saints beat the Panthers. Not a shock.
Not a shock. Carolina had a chance to win this game, and then the Saints came back and took it from them.
Who is their quarterback? Who's Carolina's quarterback?
Sam Darnold.
Cam Newton.
Cam Newton.
Good old Cam Newton, man. What a great job.
Great job at losing again there, buddy.
Sam Darnold got a pass picked off right there at the end, so that pretty much sealed the game for New Orleans right then and there.
Sam Darnold is Sam Darnold.
When I think of the game musical chairs, I think of the Carolina Panthers because they keep switching quarterbacks.
Yeah.
Oh, you got me to laugh on that one. Those were good.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Carolina has lost 11 of their last 13 games. Can you believe that? Carolina has lost 11 of their last 13.
Of course they have, because everyone was like, oh, Cam Newton's back. And then we said on the show the next week, we'll give him one game. And then that happened. The downward climb for Carolina. Yep, not surprising. We win, y'all lose.
And not to mention, Christian McCaffrey can't find a way to squash that injury bug of his.
Nope. Hey, you know what? His injury bug is like that virus that won't go away from a computer. The only way it's going to go away is if you factory reset your playing career from this point and get to be a free agent and lead that freaking team in Carolina.
Yeah.
Delete. Carolina Panthers running back. Delete.
Seahawks destroyed the Lions 51-29.
Oh, poor Detroit.
Hey, but you gotta say,
Russell Wilson tied Peyton Manning for the most quarterback wins in the first 10 seasons since 1950, including the playoffs. Wow.
You gotta say though, Amon-Ra St. Brown for Detroit, that dude had one hell of a game. He had one hell of a game. Even in a losing
did he now? Because most fans of Detroit weren't even watching the game.
No.
But what about Rashad Penny having a monster game? It was because of him that I will be the owner of a 2021 fantasy football championship ring come next month, buddy. Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm. 25 carries for 170 yards and 2 touchdowns for Penny. Man, great game for him. Absolutely. And great ball distribution once again. Of course, Russell Wilson, come on. Yes, he's faltering because, taking a lot of injuries and taking a lot
And the O-line sucks, let's be honest.
In the O-line, the O-line's fucking terrible.
Yeah.
The O-line's terrible. They need to revamp that ASCP. But, I mean, still, Russell Wilson's still an elite quarterback and one of the best out there. So we can't really say that much. He didn't earn that spot in as QB1 on that team for nothing. So, and he proved that in this game. I mean, it is against the Lions. I mean, I could probably beat the Lions with my eyes closed and my hands tied behind my back.
Yeah, I got my cat beaten now.
Well,
It's all right.
as long as it ain't a Panther, you're okay.
I prefer that word.
I can be
Prefer that
the
word.
Jaguars like that.
Wah, wah, wah. The Cardinals squeaked by the Cowboys 25-22. Arizona has won 6 of their last 7 against Dallas.
And it never fails. Dallas, when are you going to finally step up and beat a playoff caliber team? Oh, wait, you haven't really this year. Every
They haven't at all.
Yeah.
Every time.
Like I said before, the only time you're gonna find a ring inside a Cowboys stadium is when some woman loses it during one of the games.
Yep.
The only time you're ever gonna see a Super Bowl inside of Cowboys Stadium is when somebody brings in a giant bowl of chili.
Yep.
Hey,
The only time there's a touchdown in Dallas, especially back in the day, was when a tornado hit the fucking stadium.
Wow.
The only way Dallas will see the actual Super Bowl trophy is when they bring it in to present it to the winning team.
Yep.
Touche.
Green Bay was the last team to do that in Dallas.
Yep.
Yeah, and Green Bay still sucks. Sorry, that's
number one seed in the
NFC
NFC. I
North
kind of
game
doubt that.
coming out.
And during that game, I mean, Prescott and Dallas's offense had multiple chances to win that game, and they shot themselves in the foot with critical errors and penalties and bad offensive line. Assignments blown.
Kind of very similar to what happened with the Lions and the Bears a few weeks ago, if you remember.
Mm-hmm.
It looked like Detroit was going to pick up the first win against Chicago but at the end they ended up making those critical errors, penalties, just absolutely took them out, and that's really pretty much all it took for the momentum to switch, and that's exactly what happened with this game right here. Critical errors down the stretch, penalties called against the Cowboys, and it sealed their fate. And eventually, Arizona took care of it and won.
Yep.
Both teams tied at 11-5, so it's going to be interesting. This playoff picture is going to be really, really interesting to say the least. Speaking of playoff pictures, Green Bay Packers dominant win over the Minnesota Vikings. Packers clinched the number 1 seed and home field advantage in the NFC.
Now it's their time to lose again.
Fuck yeah, let's go. Fuck yeah, let's go. Come on, Aaron Rodgers. Come on, man. Let's throw a pick and tear that shoulder out. No, I'm kidding. No, seriously. As much as I hate the Packers, they're doing great. Great team. I mean, they're really killing it this season. 13-3. Then again, the rest of the division's a total shit show. You got the Cowboys who barely got 2 wins. You've got the Bears who are having a coaching situation that's causing them to fucking fail and injuries. Yep. And then you got Minnesota whose inconsistency is so fucking bad. And so it's just a matter of a lot of different factors. But, Green Bay is killing it, much to my chagrin. I don't think they're going to make the Super Bowl. I think they're going to lose beforehand. There's just too many other good teams in that division to really and I think Green Bay will make some critical errors down the stretch.
Even if they make it to the NFC Championship game hosting it, my money's on the other team whoever makes it, because I don't trust Aaron Rodgers in this spot, because every time that he's had the big spot in front of him, he's failed the last 4 times in the NFC Championship game against Atlanta, against San Francisco when they ran the ball down their throat, against Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
And against Seattle when the backup tight end can't even catch an onside kick. So
yeah. Yeah, I agree.
Oh golly, I still think back to that Packers Seahawks game, and my God, that was the biggest meltdown I've ever seen by a Green Bay Packer team.
And
My
Rodgers had a
God.
great game in that game. He was
That
phenomenal.
was-
The defense played exceptionally well. They were turning the ball. They were turning Russell Wilson over. And just ever since that NFC Championship game loss in 2015, they have
Oh.
not recovered.
No.
So fucking embarrassing. My God.
Yeah,
And that was Rodgers' best team and his best chance to get his second Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I mean, don't get me
Literally.
wrong, the guys he has now, they're good, but they're not Jordy Nelson. They're not Randall Cobb when he was in his prime. None of the
They're not Jermichael Finley. They're not
Jermichael Finley. Exactly.
No.
I mean, just like he's never recovered. And I'm really curious. I mean, if Rodgers goes out with another loss in the playoffs, especially in the championship game, or even worse for him, the Super Bowl, if he goes out with another loss, honestly, fellas, this is his last season in Green Bay.
I agree.
I agree with that.
Yep.
I mean, he's already talking about the possibility of retiring after this year. So I mean, I don't know.
His career reminds me of Favre. Even though Favre was great, Rodgers has always been great for the most part. But when it mattered the most, but you know what? Even when Favre was in the playoffs, Favre was better to me than Rodgers was. Because the only reason why I say that is because they had the one Super Bowl. But Favre has been to another Super Bowl, and he lost to Denver in that game, in a close game. But Favre in the playoffs has been way better than Rodgers has been in the last 5 to 6 years combined.
Mm-hmm. I agree.
And in the NFL playoffs, all it takes is one game. And if you decide to have a bad game on that day, then adios. See you next year.
Yep.
All it takes is one bad game, and you're gone.
Ezra, I think Steven just mad at Aaron Rodgers for stealing his haircut. Steven and Aaron Rodgers got the same hairdo. I'm pretty sure.
Asshole.
I have the same haircut as every bald man in America.
And Joe there looks like Joe looks like every guy in like middle school who had the same haircut. And then I'll admit I look like fucking Earthquake from the WWF. So there you go. There's that one.
I mean, what are you talking about? You caused an earthquake when this fucking show started the top of the hour.
Oh, by the way, Aaron, I was looking at Aaron Rodgers' picture in that hideous face of Aaron Rodgers. Don't you guys think that he should legally change his name to Gargamel? So.
Lord have mercy.
But better yet, he can grow his hair out longer and be the next Bray Wyatt from WWE.
Well, like nobody wants you here. Go away. Fuck. Go away.
They ain't gonna release Aaron Rodgers like
they say there's no such thing as go away heat. With Aaron Rodgers for me, get the fuck away from me heat. And stay away from my Chicago Bears heat. But anyways, the final game that I want to get into with you guys on the games from last week is the Steelers beating the Browns 26-16.
Man, this game moved so slow than a Monday Night Raw, and that's saying something. Like it was so boring. I'm sorry, it was not a great game.
At least Big Ben was able to guide the Steelers to a win, and what may very well is or could be his last home game.
Yep.
But I will say though, there is one player on that Pittsburgh Steelers team that is on the verge of history, and that, my friends, is Mr. T.J. Watt. If he can get 1.5 sacks in this Sunday's game, he will beat Michael Strahan's 2001 single season sack record. So I gotta say, I don't know what to say about TJ Watt other than go get that record, buddy. You deserve it.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, because no offense, at least this sack record will be actually earned.
Yeah.
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 That's right. Yeah, I forgot about that.
Sorry, Favre.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but in all seriousness, I mean, Big Ben getting emotional during the end of that game. So proud of that guy. That guy has had one great run in Pittsburgh, going to 3 Super Bowls, winning 2 out of 3 Super Bowls. Because hey, 2 out of 3 ain't bad. But I digress. And
not to mention Big Ben not having a single losing season. Not a single one in his entire career since becoming the starter in
2004.
Like in week 2 of 2004. Not having a single losing season. Now that is something a lot of Hall of Famers, legends, current players, nobody can say that. Or a lot of players can't say that.
Yeah.
So, I mean, yeah, we've ratted on Big Ben throughout the season, but still, Big Ben, my respect goes out to you, buddy.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. He is going to go out regardlessly like a true champion. He's going to go out like a warrior and a guy with all those wounds of the battles that he's been in the NFL, with Baltimore and the Patriots and freaking Cincinnati and all those games with Peyton Manning and Drew Brees and all those guys. I mean, just a great career for Roethlisberger. I mean, he is the best quarterback. He is in the top 3 of Pittsburgh Steelers quarterbacks, along with Terry Bradshaw.
Oh yeah, no doubt.
The best thing that happened to him was the Browns passing on him.
Yes.
Yeah.
And how fitting one of his last few home games is against Cleveland.
Yeah.
Growing up, all I used to know was the Browns versus the Steelers, and I just remember not caring, but but that was one of the big things in the area I lived in. You're either a Browns fan or you're a Steelers fan, and those games were always, back in the day, they used to be real good. And Steelers, since Roethlisberger's been there, have just completely owned them. And I'm not a great fan, but I respect him, and he's a good player. And
the Browns did have that one win against Pittsburgh in the playoffs last year, but hey, that's one win out of the 10 dozen times that Big Ben has pretty much owned Cleveland throughout his career.
Yep.
Literally.
Absolutely. I mean, Big Ben, man, that dude, as great of a quarterback as he is over the years, he's racked up a shit ton of injuries.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, seriously. That man's body is more abused than a fucking box of light tubes at a GCW show.
Not to mention his career almost ended right before it even really got started when he got involved in that bad motorcycle wreck all the way back in 2006.
Yeah.
I totally forgot about that. They said something about that on the Monday Night Football game. I had totally forgotten about that. Hats off to him. I mean, even coming back from that. Jeez, yeah.
I mean, and see, not only would his career have ended, I remember I have the year of the Sports Center 2006 year in review on DVD tape, and that was one of the top news stories of that year. And I remember Big Ben saying after the wreck that he was literally seconds, maybe a minute away from dying. I mean, dude, you
Yeah.
need to be more careful from now on. But thankfully,
Yeah, because
he has been more
had two
careful.
wrecks on the motorcycle, at different times in 06, and I believe it was 2008, I want to say, but just, man, like, that's crazy. I mean, just, I'm just glad that this guy was able to finish out his career, and glad he's here, still here, able to play and finish out his career on his own terms instead of an injury taking him out, because, man, that's the one thing about these great players are across the the world of sports, basketball, baseball, football, etc. There's been gruesome injuries that have taken these guys and gals out, and they never were able to go out on their own terms. Well, Big Ben is fortunately enough going out on his own terms. So hats off to the guy.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. That's the end of that. Let's we're gonna get into our score updates here in just a brief second, we're going to get score updates, and then we're going to go into the predictions for the final week of regular season. All good things on that part must come to an end, but hell, we have to do it.
Yep.
Let's go here to the quick scores real quick before we get to those predictions. And once again, our score predictions are sponsored by Equinox Cream. Does your Shangri-La have an itch? Try Equinox. But right now we got going on. The Celtics are leading the Knicks right now in the NBA. Celtics leading the Knicks 43-26 in the second. That game is on TNT right now. Pistons and Grizzlies right now knotted up at 0 in the beginning of the first. The Warriors and Pelicans just started. Of course, the Warriors tonight without Steph Curry due to an injury.
And Draymond Green.
As well. And then later on at 8 p.m. or later on tonight, 10 p.m. Eastern on TNT, Clippers and the Suns.
Ooh, that should be a good one.
Absolutely. And then right now in the NHL, Minnesota Wild leading Boston Bruins 2-1 in the second. Tied up at 0, Calgary Flames and the Tampa Bay Lightning. The Wild Bruins game is on ESPN, while the Flames Lightning game is on ESPN Plus. Penguins are shutting out the Flyers right now, 3-0 in the second. Jets and Avalanche will play at 9 p.m. Eastern on ESPN Plus. Rangers and Golden Knights at 10 p.m. Eastern, and at 10:30 p.m. Eastern, Predators and the Kings. Also, we got NCAA men's basketball going on. Of course, Ohio State, Indiana right now, 40-36 Indiana. UCLA Long Beach State, UCLA up 31-20. Loyola Chicago beat San Francisco 79-74. And the Fighting Alumni are taking on Maryland right now. Maryland up 42-41 in a very, very close game.
One.
Absolutely. And we had some NCAA women's basketball games right now. Right now, a game going on that looks like an awesome one. Georgia and Kentucky battling it out. 47-45 Kentucky over Georgia right now. South Carolina.
Hey, you can't forget about the sellout crowd that's going to be in Raleigh tonight to watch the Wolfpack women take on the Tar Heel women.
That's actually going on right now.
Nice.
NC State leading North Carolina right now. That right now they're leading that game 12-2.
Oh wow.
Okay.
NC State over North Carolina right now. Tennessee right now, or Tennessee won earlier, Texas A&M 73-45. In Northwestern League, Iowa 13-11, and LSU's beating South Carolina 10-9. And that's all the scores we got for today. Join us next week on that. Couple quick other news notes before we get going on this, because there was a few things I want to get into. Because the score updates usually take up the rest of the time here on the show. So let me get into some news real quick. Former Washington and Denver Broncos running back Clinton Portis will spend the next 6 months in prison and 6 months of home confinement in a role in a scheme to defraud healthcare benefits program.
Oof.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's big news.
Rough punishment there.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Jazz center Rudy Gobert is going to be out now. He is tested positive for COVID-19. So feel for him on that one. And also big news in the business world of sports, and that is the New York Times company has bought The Athletic, the famous The Athletic news site for $550 million.
Whew. Wow.
Boy, I wish I had that kind of money. Hey.
Don't we all?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, for real.
Yeah. Yep. They're buying. Yeah. They're going to expand its audience of paying subscribers as the newspaper print ad business fades. Yeah. But yeah, that's a big game for the New York Times, as The Athletic is one of the biggest sports news sites out there, and have featured some amazing articles over the years from players, and whether it be retirements or the passing of a player or big moments. AEW Town has been featured in The Athletic as well, and in the Players Tribune. So, but let's get to these scores, guys, or score predictions.
Oh yeah.
It's our favorite part of the show here. Let's go ahead and get started real quick, and here we go. First game is Saturday, which is we're having these Saturday games again. Chiefs and the Broncos will kick it off for the week at Mile High Stadium in Denver.
I'm going to go with Kansas City in this one to rebound from their loss against Cincinnati. I have the Kansas City beating them 28-13.
Oh yeah, I think the Chiefs are gonna win. They're really not playing for anything. I don't expect a lot of their big players to play. They don't really need to. But yeah. I still think they'll beat the Chiefs. I'll say 28-17.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with the Chiefs. I'm gonna go 31-17.
Okay.
All right. Kevin is saying the Chiefs 31, the Donkeys 20. And I'm actually gonna go Chiefs 34 to I'll say 34-17.
Okay. Before we continue with this next score, just want to bring this on. I know we don't try to not to talk about wrestling too much on the show, but gotta send our thoughts with none other than Rey Fénix of the Lucha Brothers. Last night at Dynamite, he suffered a very bad injury during a table bump at the very end of the tag team title match between the Lucha Brothers and Jurassic Express. It looked to appear to have completely broken his arm, but luckily it was confirmed by a website that knows Rey Fénix that he only suffered a dislocated elbow or shoulder. So he'll only be out for maybe 4 to 6 weeks. So that's very good news. No fractures, no other things from what is known at this time. So speedy recovery. Speedy
recovery in about 4 to 6 weeks is better than 4 to 6 months.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. All the best to Rey Fénix, my man. And more. Absolutely.
Yep.
He's unbelievable. Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Get back.
One of the most talented guys on that roster, far not.
Oh yeah.
But let's go to the next game. It's the first. It's another Saturday game. It's the Cowboys and the Eagles at Lincoln Financial Field.
I'm going to go with the Cowgirls in this one, 24-17. Sorry, Cowboys.
I think the Eagles will pull it out. Because the Cowboys just can't seem to beat anybody when it matters. That seems to be their MO this year. 24-20.
Okay.
I'm gonna go Dallas on this one. Dallas 27. Eagles 20.
Okay.
All right, I'm actually going to take Randy's score, but I'm going to flip the script and go Dallas 24, Philadelphia 20. And Kevin's saying, he's saying the Cowboys 28, Eagles 20. With a little side note, every time I pay Dallas, they lay rotten eggs.
Oh man. But this next game, I want to put out a preemptive for this one. What you're about to see on Sunday at 12 o'clock is not for the faint of heart, and it's not for children. Viewer discretion is advised because you're about to witness some murder. It is the Packers and the Lions at Ford Field.
Oh God!
Let me go first on this one. Make it easy on myself. Lions 40. No. No, I'm going Packers 38, Lions 3.
Oh,
Dear Heavenly Father, we pray that Detroit does not get destroyed, but we know that they will. I'm going to go with Green Bay in this one, 45-3.
oh.
All right, who's next?
Oh man, I don't know.
Well, Kevin's saying the Packers 31, Lions 17.
Oh,
What?
he's being man.
You're generous.
He's
Yeah.
being
Well,
generous, man. Come on.
He's being generous, and guess what? I'm going to be generous too. I'm going to go Packers 34, Lions 24.
Woo.
I got 28-10 Green Bay.
I got 20.
Okay.
Yeah, by the way, 38-3 is also the amount of trash cans on the Detroit Lions sideline. Just saying for the record. You know how it is. Next game on the list is the Colts and the Jaguars at TIA Bank Field. I'm telling you this much. Detroit sucks so bad that they're gonna have to start having Jaguars is so bad that they're gonna have to start having AEW matches before the football games just to get people to even go into the building.
This game makes me want to puke. Ugh.
Give me the fucking Colts. Give me the fucking Colts. 24-10.
Nah. I'm dropping the sledgehammer on these dudes. Okay, I'm gonna go with the
hammer.
Yes, there we go.
Call my name.
I'm gonna go with the Colts in this one. Drop the hammer upon the Jacksonville Jaguars. 34-6. No, screw that. No. I'm calling a shutout, boys. 34-0.
Dang. I was gonna say 34-3.
I'm gonna say 37-3, but y'all check out Kevin's score.
No.
You guys ready for this?
Yes.
Yep, let's do it.
He's
Go.
saying the Colts 37, Jacksonville 2.
What the fuck?
37-3.
What did they get? A fucking safety?
37-2.
He's not even giving him a field goal.
I was mesmerized by that score. What the literal hell?
They hit an all-time low.
Life is like professional football. You're going to continue to get knocked down, and they're going to continue to get knocked down because you absolutely 110 positively absolutely suck of horse shit. Does Jacksonville? 37.
34
Oh my God, 37-2.
Before Jeff laughs himself to complete another, just to asphyxiation like he's on the Joker Venom, we need to get going on to the next game.
Laugh solo, take one.
Next game is the best game of the week.
Oh God.
Oh no!
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
do this.
Bar burner, baby. Let's do it. I love this
You
game.
want the best? You got the best. Wait, they're not even here. Sorry. Go ahead.
No. They're trying to figure out why David Lee Roth got kicked off the tour. Anyways, it's the Washington football team versus the New York Giants
Wow.
at MetLife Stadium.
Oh,
This is the
Wow.
throwaway of all throwaway games.
It has to end like this. Tremendously. I'm gonna go with Washington in this game. I mean, the Giants absolutely suck. I'm gonna go with Washington 17-10.
Sorry, Eddie Trunk. I was gonna vote for the Giants the other day, but then again,
They got
Yeah.
snubbed.
yeah, but then again, here's the problem. Here's the problem. I was gonna vote for the Giants, and then I found out they were fans of Tommy Thayer, Eric Singer, Kiss.
Or the fact that they voted for Jethro Tull to be winning the Grammys in 1989 over Metallica's and Justice for All.
Traders. I'm going Washington. It's not going to be a high scoring game, and it's not going to be a a blowout. I'm going Washington. I'm going to put 17-13.
Okay.
Wow.
You know, Ezra, I was actually thinking that same score. I'm gonna go Washington 17, Giants 13.
Okay.
And oh my God, Kevin! He's saying the Washington boxing team 24, Giants 9.
Wow.
The boxing team 24-9.
The Washingtons. That's what they are. They're just gonna be called the Washingtons after this. On the second, that's what they're
God.
gonna do.
What do you call the Washington cherry trees? All right. Next up, get
Randy, what you got as far as the
what
score?
you got, man?
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'll say 20-10. Washington.
Okay.
The no name.
Okay. The next game is an NFC North showdown: the Bears and the Vikings at U.S. Bank Stadium in Minneapolis.
Like,
God, this game is so
I'm
hard.
going Chicago. Fuck this.
Yeah.
Last game of the season. Loyalty, man. Loyalty. Let's go.
One more win
Let's
for the
fucking
Matt
go.
Nagy farewell
Chicago,
tour.
baby.
Let's go.
Bear
Farewell
down,
tour.
Bear down, brother. Matt Nagy, you fucking suck. You're a fucking jack off. Let's move forward. Let's see. The Bears. I'm gonna go Bears 24, Vikings 13.
I'm gonna go with Chicago in this one, 28-23.
Okay.
yeah, I got. I don't know. Go ahead, Joseph. I'm still debating.
I'm gonna say the Bears win on the last second field goal. I'm gonna say 27-24.
Oh, in true Vikings fashion, they blow the game at the last second.
I got
Kevin's saying that the Bears are gonna come back from a double-digit deficit and beat the Vikings 30-28.
Wow.
I got the Bears winning. I don't know why I said Vikings for. I know better than that. They can't even beat the Kitties.
Yeah, Ezra, what were you gonna say?
What the fuck is he smoking? I swear to God.
What are you talking about? Double-digit lead? Not gonna happen.
Then again, he is a 49ers fan, so whatever.
He's still reminiscing about that Super Bowl when they blew that double-digit lead against Kansas City, but I digress.
Ouch. All right. Next one.
Randy, what you got?
Oh yeah, Randy.
Oh yeah, I had 24-21. I think the Bears will pull it out.
All right. Next game is the Tennessee Titans and the Texans at Energy Stadium.
How about no Energy Stadium? Sorry, Brian. Except when him and Thunder were there. Except when Thunder and Brian are there, then they have energy, but no energy stadium. This is what we're calling it when they're not there. I'm going to go with Tennessee in this one to absolutely destroy Houston, 34-3.
Titans 37, Texans 10.
I got 30-17 Titans.
Okay.
I got 37-10 Tennessee, and Kevin is actually going to be lenient. I'm kind of surprised at this one.
Yeah.
He's saying Titans 23, Texans 14.
Ooh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, he's being a little lenient there.
Okay. Next game is the Steelers and the Ravens.
Ooh,
in what more than likely will be Ben Roethlisberger's final game as an NFL player.
This game is so hard to predict because both of these teams are up and down like a Monday Night Raw. It's so hard to predict. I mean, this is just Baltimore's been struggling. If I'm looking at the numbers and I'm looking at the way Baltimore's been playing, I'm going to go with Pittsburgh in this game. I'm feeling generous here. I want to see Big Ben go out like a true winner. I'm going to pick Pittsburgh to win this game in a close one like all Ravens and Steelers games seem to be. I'm going to go Pittsburgh 21-17.
Okay.
Game winning touchdown.
Okay.
Does anyone what's the word on Lamar Jackson? Is he
What are you talking about? The word on Lamar Jackson, he absolutely sucks.
Oh, that's right. Well, is he playing or not? Well, not whether or not he's playing. I know that, but if he's playing,
As far as I know, Tyler Huntley's still going to play.
Dude, all seriousness, that kid's pretty good. He's pretty damn good. He's good.
He's auditioning for other teams. That's what he's doing right now.
Oh yeah.
If he's smart, that's
hell. If I'm San Francisco, get him as your backup.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would.
Yeah.
Because it looks like Jimmy G's going to be on his way out after this year.
I'm torn on the score for this game. But two teams that have been so like you said, like up and down this whole year. It's hard to believe the Ravens were doing well this year and
then they faltered.
Crazy. It's been a crazy season. I think Big Ben goes out 22-19. I think it's going to be
okay.
one of the old AFC North games from back in the day. You know when the Ravens were the Browns, of course.
Yeah. I'm going with Pittsburgh 23, Ravens 21. Big Ben's going to pull it out in his final game. Next game.
I'm gonna go Pittsburgh. Well, actually, no. Kevin is actually going to go against the grain here, and he said that the Ravens will actually get a 2-point conversion this time and win 20-19.
Wow. Same score as the game between Pittsburgh and Baltimore.
But I think Baltimore's going to lose on the 2-point conversion try again. But I'm actually going to give a rather unique score here.
Okay.
I'm going to go Pittsburgh 27, Ravens 25.
Ooh, that's a very unique score.
27-25 because of that failed 2-point conversion.
How fitting.
Of course, yeah.
All right, next game is actually I'll give you guys the next two games because I got to take care of something. I mean, I'm going to be online, but next two games are the Bengals and the Browns at First Energy Stadium, and the 49ers and the Rams at SoFi Stadium. So you guys go ahead with your score predictions and talk a minute. I'll be right back.
Okay. Great. I'm going to go with Cincinnati in this one to absolutely bludgeon Cleveland 38-7.
Ooh. Yeah. I think. Oh, go ahead, Joe. Go ahead.
I was gonna say, Joe Burrow is actually not gonna play in this game because I think he's sitting out.
On his
Yeah,
knee.
I think
Yeah.
his knee or something like that. I'm trying to get him well rested for the playoffs, which honestly I don't blame the guy because I mean you've already clinched the NFC. You've already clinched the AFC North.
Yeah.
I mean you're not gonna get the number one seed, so I mean I don't blame him resting. But Kevin is saying that. Let me find it real quick. Oh yeah, the Bengals without their starters, 20-13 over the Browns.
Okay.
And I will say that Baker Mayfield is also not playing this game because finally, Baker Mayfield is finally going to get the surgery for that torn labrum in his shoulder.
We were talking about this several weeks ago. The fact that
he's about damn time he's finally going to get the surgery.
Putting it off, and finally it was bound to happen. And sure enough, it's happening right now.
Yeah, he's finally going to get the surgery. They're saying he's going to be out for about 4 to 6 months, which should put him back for OTAs.
It's bad news for the Bengals that Baker Mayfield's not playing because he usually just throws at least 4 interceptions a game.
I have also heard that Baker Mayfield. See, I think Baker Mayfield is going to be a free agent after this season, so he might even play for Cleveland next year.
Oh, I'd cut him. I don't think.
Yeah, he hasn't been great this year.
He's terrible.
Yeah, but despite the Bengals being without Joe Burrow, I'm still going to go with the Bengals 27-13.
I think it'll be close, but the Bengals will pull it out. 2017.
Well, actually, no. I'm going to go 21-13.
Okay.
I'm going to go 21-13.
And then
he said the next game was the 49ers and the Rams.
Oh, boy. That's going to be a close one. That is going to be a close one. You know what? I'm going to ride the hot hand. Man, it's so hard to pick because both of these teams are hot. So it's anybody's ball game. I'm going to go with San Francisco in this one to win a close one. I'm going to go 24-22.
I
Okay.
can't even think about picking. It's going to be a great game. But I think the Rams are going to avenge that loss this year. Where Stafford basically gave them the game in the first 2 minutes. I think it's going to be 27 Rams.
I'm actually going to go with the Niners in this one, 31-27. And Kevin is saying if they're healthy, he's saying the Niners, if they're healthy, 27, Rams 24. With the side note, he said the Rams looked horrible against the Ravens. Good enough to win, though.
Yeah, I'm back. So I'm gonna go with on the first game. I'm gonna go with the Bengals since I'm gonna ride a little bit of a hot hand here with the Bengals. They just clinched their division. So I'm gonna go with Bengals on that one. I'm gonna go with the Bengals on that one. 20. I'm gonna go with the Bengals. Actually, no, 31. Browns 20. And then for the other game, the 49ers and Rams, I'm going to go the Rams. It's going to be a close one, 28-27.
Interesting.
You see, keep in mind though that Joe Burrow is not playing Sunday. He's going to rest for the playoffs.
Oh no, absolutely, I get it. I still think they got enough firepower though.
Yeah.
All right.
And I forgot. And Joe Mixon's not playing either.
Interesting. All right. Next game on the docket is the Panthers and the Buccaneers at Raymond James Stadium.
I'm going to go with the Buccaneers to absolutely annihilate Carolina in this one. What are you kidding me? I'm not picking these kitty cats to win. I'm going to go 37-6 on Carolina.
I'm I'm gonna one up you there, Steven. I'm gonna go Bucks 38 to Pantyhose 6.
I'm just going with whatever the schedule. The schedule. The score was last time they played because I can't pick the other team. You know, horrible broadcast journalism, like Bobby Heenan would say, but I can't. I can't do it. I can't do it.
Yeah, Kevin's saying he went with the Bucks 33 to Panthers 6. Or should I say the Pantyhose?
Pantyhose. Touchdown, pantyhose.
The Sir Pouts.
Nice.
Oh.
I'm gonna go with on this one. Of course, Tampa Bay 34, Panthers 7.
Okay.
Okay.
Next game, Cardinals and the Seahawks at State Farm Stadium.
Ooh. I'm going to go with Arizona in this one, in a close one. I'm going to go with Arizona 23 to 17.
I'm gonna go Arizona. I'm gonna go Arizona 31, Seahawks 20. Joe.
Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say Randy, go ahead. While Joe's recovering from his laughter. Go ahead.
Uh-oh.
Go ahead.
I got. I think the Cardinals probably will pull it out.
Okay.
But
No.
you can't rule out Russell Wilson ever. But I think it'll be 34-27 Cardinals.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh,
I'm
no.
sorry. But I'm gonna give my score first because Kevin's score killed me.
Killed you softly?
I'm gonna go with Arizona in this one, 31 to 20. And my God, Kevin's saying Cardinals 31, the Sea Chickens 20.
Chicken.
Sea Chickens 27.
Sea Chickens, nice.
Very
nice. Very nice.
Not the
This is
crack.
shockingly a thriller, but my God, the Sea Chickens.
The Sea Chickens.
Very good. All right, did we got everybody?
Yeah.
Yes.
Good. All right, next game. Patriots and the Dolphins at Hard Rock Stadium.
New England's going to kill Miami in this one.
Yeah.
I'm going to go 28 to 14.
27-14.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to go with. I hate to say New England, but Miami just looked, for lack of a better term, defeated last week. Like you guys were saying, they had all the wind taken out of their sails in that game by Tennessee. I don't see them coming back from that. I'll say 30-7. I don't even think they get hardly anything.
And I'm going to go Patriots 30, Dolphins 21. And Kevin is saying Patriots 31, Dolphins 30.
Huh. Wow. Okay.
Yeah, 31-30.
Okay.
Let's see. Very interesting.
Right.
I gotta go with New England. Like I said, 27-14. Next game, we got the Saints and the Falcons at Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
This was a pick 'em. It's a shit show. Either one.
Yeah, I'm going New Orleans. New Orleans 20, Falcons 14.
It's
All
tough.
right. Well, Kevin is saying, as a Niner fan, hopefully he's going the Falcons in an upset. He's going 16-13 Falcons, and honestly, I'm not going to agree with the score, but I'm going to agree with the team. I mean, I would like to see the 49ers go to the playoffs, and if the Saints do lose on Sunday, then the 49ers will just about have a playoff spot locked up. So I'm going to go the Falcons 20, the Saints 17.
I'm going to go with Atlanta 20-16.
I got them tying. No. No, I'm the worst. No, I'm the worst. No, but I think the Saints last week looked like a totally different team that played than the one that played against Miami on Monday night.
Yeah.
It was like night and day. Unbelievable. Poor Ian Book. If they would have put that kind of effort up, he might not have got sacked so many times or got his bell rung that many times. But but I think it's going to be close. I got the Saints 20-17.
Okay.
All right. Next game is the Jets and the Bills at Highmark Stadium. And that is, by the way, that is your
game of the week.
Oh. No, not even close. No, because of the two games on Saturday, there is no Monday Night Football. So that is your last game in the afternoon on that one.
I'm going to go with Buffalo in this one, 34-10.
Buffalo's going to smoke them. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I am going on this one. I'm going Bills 37, Jets 9.
Okay.
3 field goals, that's all they get.
I'm going to go Bills 34, Jets 6. And Kevin is actually being lenient to the Jets. I have no freaking idea why. He's saying Bills 28, Jets 18.
The hell is he smoking?
Something good, apparently.
Yeah. Yeah, he said he picked that. He said the Ravens were going to go for 2. Yeah, he's got some good stuff there today. But I think
such good shit.
See, chickens.
27-10 Buffalo.
Okay.
All right. Everybody got theirs in for that one?
Yep.
All right. And the final game of the regular season, shall we say. The Chargers and the Raiders.
Win, you're in.
Allegiant Stadium. Both teams at 9-7. Winner clinches a playoff berth.
Woo! It's a tough one.
No, I'm actually gonna go first in this one.
Okay.
Kevin is saying that the Raiders are gonna pull this one out 28-25. And yeah. And I just got one thing to say. Randy, this one's for you, buddy. Give me the Raiders 34-27.
Woo-hoo. Randy, I just got one thing to say to you. What's that? Fuck off.
Do it.
I'm gonna go the opposite route. I don't know why. No, I'm kidding. I'm actually picking Raiders. I'm going with the Raiders. It's gonna be a close fucking game. I guarantee you. I'm going to 34-31 Raiders over the Chargers.
I'm feeling a game-winning. I'm feeling a game-winning touchdown in this game. In the final seconds of this game, I'm going for the Raiders to hit the jackpot, baby. That's right. 34-33.
Whoa!
Hey, at least I got something more exciting. At least I have something more exciting than Gene Simmons moving there.
Now, all eyes are going to finally be on that stadium they built that Allegiant Stadium.
The fucking Death Star.
The Death Star, yes, sir. And
It's all right. It's all right.
really-
During the halftime show, we can all see a reading of the Book of Gene.
yeah.
I'm not pulling one up during the show, but we'll do it. But
Oh, I know. It'd be good because if you did, the show would never end.
Yeah.
I mean, I could either do that or I could do a verse from the Book of Paul.
Oh,
Yeah,
I could say, hell, I could even just quote one lyric from "Fits Like a Glove." It'll make you all laugh.
Yeah.
Or even "Burn, Bitch, Burn." "Burn, Bitch, Burn's" even better. I want to put my log in your fireplace. How about "Fits Like a Glove"? When I go through her, it's like a hot knife through butter.
Oh yeah.
God, but
oh.
no. But seriously, the Raiders are gonna win this one. Anybody else who hasn't given their scores yet?
We're good.
All good.
Did you give Kevin's?
Yeah.
28-25.
28-25? Okay.
It's
All right, I'm just
25. Yeah.
All right.
Yep.
I'm making sure just before we move on.
Yep.
Okay. All right. Cool.
You're good.
Yep.
All right. And that is our final score predictions for the regular season. Anyways, I mean, of course, we'll have some score predictions for the upcoming.
Playoffs?
You're talking about playoffs.
Kidding me? Playoffs? How does we can win a game? Playoffs.
Hey, you know what? I just found I thought of a great definition for the word playoffs, and that is something you're never going to see Cam Newton or Antonio Brown in ever again.
That's right. Bunch of quitters.
I thought it was you never see the fucking the Texans, the Jaguars, or the fucking
Detroit Lions.
Detroit Lions there.
Nah, I decided to just call out the clowns that are in the NFL. Name Cam Newton and Antonio Brown.
The Cleveland Clowns?
Yeah, or the Cleveland Clowns. That works too.
Yeah.
I have a shirt on that says I heart Ohio, and the heart is Ohio. But I have no love for the Cleveland Browns or the Bengals or even the Cavs, but the Buckeyes, of course.
Yeah, absolutely.
But
yeah.
That's all the love I got.
Yeah.
For Ohio.
Absolutely. But before we get into before we say our final thoughts for this week on the show and everything, a couple quick MMA news notes, since I haven't done MMA or boxing news in a while. We know that our buddy Hijacker Mike has been busy with work and everything. That's why we haven't heard from Nation Fights. But we guarantee by the end of this year it will be back. It's just a matter of when Hijacker is able to fit it into his schedule, which he's a very busy man.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
But there's a couple MMA news notes. MMA boxing. Triller has announced their Triad Combat 2 fight card. I'm not going to go through the whole card, but I'm just going to name off some of the fighters who will be on this card. The main event will feature former UFC heavyweight champion, man who holds the record for most knockouts in the heavyweight division, and who just appeared on AEW Dynamite recently, Junior Dos Santos.
Nice.
He'll be on that card. Also, Vitor Belfort.
Okay.
Joe Schilling, who has been a part of Bellator and many other cards. Jimmy Rivera, who had 11 fights in the UFC, but is 23-5 overall. And then Sam Cecilia, who's a former UFC fighter as well. A couple of women's MMA fighters as well. So it's going to be a great, great bout. These Triller fights are, of course, our boxing hybrid. Also, there's been a little back and forth on Twitter between Tyson Fury, the Gypsy King, and Francis Ngannou.
Oh, wow.
Ooh.
Oh wow.
Tyson Fury is proposing a boxing match against Francis Ngannou with UFC gloves.
Oh my.
Oh my goodness.
Oh Lord.
Oh my!
That's
I'll say this
wild.
much. I'll throw down $54.99. Sign me the fuck up for that.
Wow! Wow!
That's gonna be like bare knuckle boxing. Oh my god.
Dude, I would
Hey.
love a Tyson Fury Francis Ngannou fight. I would love to see that.
Well, I'll tell you one fight that I would not want to see, much less pay $54.99 for, and that is the proposed match that Jake Paul has thrown out to Conor McGregor over the summer.
Oh
That's one fight I would
Didn't
not want to see.
Didn't that motherfucker just go away?
For real.
God!
What a fucking pain in the ass.
Terrible.
Tyron Woodley, he was like, he literally said, just knock me out, dude. Why do you think Tyron Woodley dropped his glove like that?
Man,
Yeah.
that was so fixed. Unbelievable.
That other Paul schmuck that wanted that knockout because Woodley let him have it. You know, Logan. When Logan knocked him out, we could tell that was staged. I mean, come on.
That was horrible.
I mean, for real.
That was worse than Brett Favre letting Michael Strahan get the sack record.
Hey, that was worse than Mark Sanchez running into his own lineman.
Wow.
That was worse than Tony Romo botching the damn extra points kick for the damn Cowboys when he was being the holder. Oh, botch snap, missed an extra point. Sorry.
Yeah.
But anyways, apparently also in another quick note, apparently Dustin Poirier has agreed to terms for a last minute matchup with Nate Diaz.
Oh wow.
Oh
Now-
my.
You know those two are gonna throw it down.
Oh yeah.
They've been poking at each other on social media the past several weeks. The fight was supposed to happen on November of 2018 and it never happened. But it's looking like there's a great possibility. All they got to do is agree and then put pen to paper. So
Yep.
we'll see what happens.
Yep.
But
That'd be great.
that should be a hell of a fight. But that's pretty much all I got today, guys. Let's hit it. Final thoughts from everybody as we get ready to close it out. Joe, you first.
All right, well, I got two things I want to point out real quick. Number one, I want to give a big, heartfelt shout out and respect to the Dallas Mavericks for retiring the great number 41 Dirk Nowitzki's jersey number last night.
Yes.
It was a great ceremony. Dirk Nowitzki was always one of my favorite players growing up.
Same here.
He just had that great sharpshooting ability that can put any team away. So yeah, my heart goes out to Dirk Nowitzki.
Especially like it did to the Miami Heat in 2011.
Oh yeah.
Also wanted to see before you continue, I forgot to also mention that the Milwaukee Bucks have waived DeMarcus Cousins.
Ooh.
wow.
Okay.
It's only a matter of time before he joins LeBitch and the Lakers. It's only a matter of time.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Joe, what you were saying?
But yeah, one last thing I want to add. Fellas, I got 3 words for y'all. Come Monday night, January 10th, 8 o'clock on ESPN. Roll Tide, roll. Bring on them Georgia Bulldogs. Bring them on, baby. I'm ready for that national championship game. And of course, as always, roll Tide. Let's go, baby. Let's bring home number 18 Monday night, baby. Let's go.
All right, Randy, your thoughts?
It's been a good show this week. I think there's only one thing left to say for me, and I'm just gonna leave it like this. And even though it's backwards, I'm just gonna go like this.
Oh, yeah.
Ready?
Ah,
Go Raiders!
go Raiders.
Yes, absolutely.
Win or lose,
yeah.
you know, I'll just be happy. I'll be good to go. But I'd like to see a good win at Allegiant Stadium too. They can't seem to even pull games out there. So I think it's going to be a great game though. Great atmosphere. When they've always said it, and I'm not just because I'm a Raider fan, but when the Raiders are good, football's good, and that's my final take on that. And I hope everybody has a great weekend, and you guys have a great week. And thanks again for letting me be on here with you guys.
Absolutely, man. Of course, great to have you as always. Steven.
As always, great show with you fine fellas. Kevin, can't wait to have you back on the show next week, pal. I hope your wife gets better, man. And before we go, real quick, shout outs to Brian Rosa, man, being in the chat tonight, man, watching this tonight.
And Mark's in New Mexico as well.
And Mark's, absolutely. And just a great show with you guys. And you can follow the Nation's Corner on Twitter at Nation's Corner, Facebook and YouTube, all at the Nation's Corner. You can follow us on Twitter at ON_sports show, Facebook.com/Nation Sports Show. And folks, we are getting close to that 100 subscriber plateau. Last time I checked, we were at 84 subscribers. Come on, 16. Sweet 16. That's all we need is to get to 100 subscribers to get that custom URL. That way it'll be much easier finding our show for all of you guys. Ezra, close us out, my friend.
Absolutely, man. It's been a great show as usual. Thank you to everybody for, of course, all your input. You guys are awesome. Thank you to everybody who watched us once again. Thank you to Brian Rosa. Thank you to Marks in New Mexico. Thank you to all of our buddies in the Nation's Corner and in the Busted Open Nation as well. And also, real quick, don't forget this weekend, don't forget great wrestling this weekend. We just had Wrestle Kingdom a few nights ago. 2 great shows. If you haven't watched that, go to njpwworld.com, sign up and watch it. Also, don't forget AEW Dynamite last night, Rampage on Friday, SmackDown on Friday, and Impact's Hard to Kill on Sunday. And also on the 8th as well, or on the 7th or 8th, it will be the special New Japan versus Noah battle featuring main event featuring the Noah champion teaming with Keiji Muto to take on the new IWGP World Heavyweight Champion Kazuchika Okada and a new IWGP US Heavyweight Champion Hiroshi Tanahashi. So go on Amiibo.com and check it out and buy it on pay-per-view. But enough from me now. Let's close it out. For Stephen Wyand, for Joe Thornton, and for Randy Giron, I am Ezra Vickery, and we will see you next week for another great edition of our Nation Sports Show. Take care, everybody, and have a great week. We'll see you next Thursday live on YouTube. Peace.